What you guys, got another video here for you on how to fix 100% disk usage in Windows. Now this is for Windows 10, but it can be for any version of Windows. Now I've seen a lot of YouTube videos doing silly little fixes for this, but it can literally be just about anything that's causing 100% disk usage on your Windows system. And I'm going to go through and show you all of the common problems that cause 100% disk usage. And this will hopefully help you resolve your problem. So we're going to go through a big massive list, so be patient and watch right the way to the end. And let me know in the comment section below whether this resolved your problems. So the first thing to do is check to see whether your hard drive or SSD is failing. And we can use Crystal Disk Info for this. A lot of people don't cover this part, but this can be a very common problem where the drive has got bad sectors or it's starting to fail or go bad, and this can cause high disk usage. And this is why it's important to check the smart reading to find out whether your drive is failing. Now you can check your drive smart readings here with Crystal Disk Info. You can see I'm looking at my Kingston drive here. This is an NVMe drive, and I've also got a mechanical drive. You can see it will tell you a lot of information about the power on hours, the power count, how old the drive is, and basically whether the drive's in good working order. And this is really important because a lot of people miss this step. I've seen so many bad drives where it's getting 100% disk usage and people just don't seem to want to check their hardware. So always check your drive with Crystal Disk Info. Now you can also use tools from Western Digital here to check your drive as well. And this is more of a thorough test. This is actually going to be testing sector by sector to see whether the drive is actually failing. This is for mechanical drives. Now, mechanical drives are notorious for having high disk usage when they start to fail or they have other problems. So download this software here from Western Digital. I'll leave all the links in the video description for you. You'll see something looking like this. Don't be overwhelmed by it. It's pretty straightforward. You can see here, this is giving me information about the capacity of the drive and the volume and the drive health and other stuff like that. You can see the drive is in good health and it's good working order. If you see red here, the drive's in bad health or you've got bad sectors, then you need to replace that drive, back up your data and replace it. There's no way of really saving a drive that has bad sectors. You can still use it, but once it starts to go bad, it will finally let go and cause major problems. You got a short test here and you've got run extended test. I would run the extended test. I'd run the short test first and then I'd run the extended test afterwards if I had some sort of issues there. If you do see problems with the drive, then back up your data and start to think about replacing it. So that's now we've got the drive testing out of the way. Let's move on to the next culprit, which is antivirus programs. They can be notorious for causing high disk usage. They're running in the background or they're doing something. And again, also malware on the system. If you've got malware on the system running, I see so many people using pirated software and other types of cracks and other things like that running on the system. And basically what will happen is you will have issues, and that can use up massive disk usage here with malware running in the background. So always check for malware. Run a full complete scan of your drives, all of your drives that you're having issues with, and see if there's any issues there with malware. If you find malware on the system, you may want to do some more scans with other software, or you can back up your data and do a fresh install. You'll see a quick scan here, but a full system scan is very, very important, because if you've got malware or other types of known adware on the system, it's going to cause problems. Okay, so always run scans here. And also, again, as I've said, if you're having issues with antivirus programs, you can always uninstall it and reinstall it again to see if the problem goes away. Let's take a look at Task Manager here and go into Performance here. And down the bottom here, you will see Open Resource Monitor. This is another area that a lot of people don't seem to go into. But you need to check inside here, because this is going to give you information about memory usage and also disk usage. If you go inside here, you're going to see the file path. And if it's showing a lot of read and writes to the drive, you'll know exactly what is causing your high disk usage. So maybe it's something to do with Chrome, or it's a system file, or it's an antivirus program that's causing it. Maybe it's some rogue driver that you've got. You can then weed it out and find it and uninstall that program. And if the problem goes away, you've just found your culprit and you can then do something about it. So this is where you need to check inside here, inside disk activity, and you'll be able to see exactly what's causing that problem. And this will be your reads and writes going in and out of that drive. Okay. You can also see the disk monitor on the side there. So that's another key area to check. Okay, so let's move on to another area that causes major problems for people, and that is the page file. The page file could be damaged, or you could have a low page file where you've turned it off and it's causing issues. So type sysdm.cpl in the search and then open up this little window here. And this will give us the system properties. From here, we can go to advanced, then performance. Inside here, you're going to see an advanced area. Go into there, and then you should see virtual memory. I see so many people turning this off because they've got some sort of 8 gigs of RAM and someone's told them to turn it off. This will cause problems, but we're going to turn it off temporarily by taking out the automatically managed paging file size for all drives. Click yes here, no page file, click OK, and reboot your system. Why do we need to do this? Well, sometimes when you get a corrupt or damaged page file, by turning it off like this and then rebooting the computer and coming back into the desktop and then going back into there and putting it back to system managed, it will create a new page file, and sometimes that can solve a lot of problems. So once we've rebooted the system, type sysdm.cpl in the search again, go back in here and basically go into system properties, into advanced, performance, and inside here go back to advanced again. And what we're going to do here is change our virtual memory setting. Now don't leave this off, guys. Sometimes Windows does need a bit of a page file to work correctly. Yes, it will give you a bit more performance sometimes by adding in custom values, but it's more problem than it's worth. Just leave it enabled and let Windows deal with it. So turn it back on and put the tick back in the box, restart the system, and hopefully your problem will be resolved. So that's if you've got a damaged page file or some sort of page file issue. Next up, we're going to go to indexing options. This is another key area that causes problems with 100% disk usage. So come inside the index options here. We're going to go inside the advanced area here. And inside here, you'll see a troubleshooting area which says delete and rebuild index. Try to rebuild and see whether that resolves your problems. Now, if you're one of these people that turn off the indexing, that's okay. I'll show you that a little bit later on in the video, because that can cause problems having the search index on. And so basically turning it off can sometimes resolve an issue, but I'll cover that a little bit later on in the video. But rebuild the indexing option to try that first. Next up, go to storage sense. This is the storage sense area. Toggle this on and you can do some cleaning of your temporary internet files. Cleaning out temporary internet files can sometimes resolve a problem, because sometimes you get bugs with temporary files or files that are stored inside the temporary area. Maybe it's temporary internet files, maybe it's some sort of other temp files that you don't need anymore, or they've become obsolete, or you've got maybe a bit of adware or malware in there, who knows. You need to clear all these out, because sometimes these can cause problems. And if your program needs to put files back into the temporary area, it will do as soon as you open it back up. So don't worry about removing temporary files, okay? So clean up any sort of rubbish files on the computer here. You can use third-party software like BleachBit. This is another piece of software that is very, very good for cleaning temporary files, and it does a good thorough job at removing them from the computer. Now, a word of caution here: when you're using software like BleachBit and other software that removes all junk files or temp files off the computer, there is areas like your browser that stores passwords and other areas like that that you might want to keep. So make sure you don't put a tick in password sections inside programs like these, because it will remove them all. And if you don't know what your password is for, say, Google account or Gmail or whatever it is like that, and it's now removed all the passwords like we're doing here, then you won't be able to log back in because you won't know it. You'll have to do a password reset. So if you're one of these people that like to stay logged in all the time because you can't remember passwords and your passwords are stored on the system, then bear that in mind when you're running programs like these. It will clean out a lot of areas like history, form history, and other things like passwords and stuff like that. Your sync passwords, all that sort of stuff is going to be removed. So now you're getting an idea of how many things that can cause problems with high disk usage. Another one is programs, outdated programs. Patch My PC will basically scan your PC for all the programs you got installed and basically keep those programs updated to the latest versions. Why is that important? Well, if you've got outdated software and stuff like that, it can cause problems, and that can cause high disk usage, especially if the program is buggy and they've released an updated version for that program which fixed high disk usage. Now, another area people seem to neglect is driver updates. They don't keep their drivers updated, and when you're using outdated drivers, these control your hardware in your computer, and this can cause high disk usage, 100% disk usage when you've got outdated drivers. You can see here running AVG driver update. It's not a free program, but you can run it as a trial basis, and you can see here it's showing me that I've got 12 outdated drivers. Now, if one of these was the cause of high disk usage, you would understand why, because some of these are outdated by quite a bit. Now, these normally get installed on the system when you install Windows. You'll normally see that when you install Windows, all your drivers are in place, and that's because Microsoft are installing them. But this one is 2018, and there's a new one for 2021. Now, it's not Microsoft's job to go around keeping your drivers updated. That's up to you to go around and update them and keep the very latest versions updated there. Basically, what Microsoft is doing is giving you working drivers once you install Windows 10, and then you go off and get the latest versions. You can see here, this version here is 2015. And there's the latest one of 2021. So you can get a new version of that driver and see whether that rectifies a lot of problems, especially 100% disk usage or other issues you may be having. So always check your drivers, and you can always go to the motherboard manufacturer's website to get all your drivers from there. And that's the way I do mine. I don't use driver updater software like this, but some people do like to use it, and that's why I've added it in this video. Now, another culprit for 100% disk usage is synchronization tools like OneDrive, Dropbox, and all these other types of synchronization tools that people use for their phones and their devices that put them up in the cloud. These can work in the background and start thrashing the hard drive 100%, and you don't even know what's happening. You're playing your game, and all of a sudden you're getting 100% disk usage, because your synchronization tool like OneDrive has decided to do some sort of scheduled task in the background, and it's now thrashing your hard drive at 100%. So always check out for those particular synchronization tools to make sure they're not using too much resources in the background. Okay, so let's talk about Windows updates and the two common problems I see with Windows updates. The first one is people using very old, outdated versions of Windows. And these might be, you know, the very early Windows 10 versions that aren't even supported by Microsoft anymore. And then you may have trouble updating, and you may have got some sort of corruption with your update process, and that can be a common problem. So try to keep your updates pretty close to the very latest versions, and that way you're not too far behind. Leaving it for long periods of time and having old, outdated versions of Windows 10 can cause major problems. So keep an eye on that. Now, also on the flip side, Microsoft like to push out updates all the time, and it's always a bit dodgy when you update straight away to the very latest version without any testing. And the reason why I say this is because they can cause problems. Sometimes you might see one of these KB files that has been released by Microsoft that is now causing, you know, high disk usage, high CPU usage, issues like frame drops and things like that, and you might need to uninstall it. How do you know this is the case? Well, you need to check Microsoft's website and check for the known issues on there. I know it's a bit of a ball ache, but that's what you're going to have to do to make sure that there isn't any problems with those updates before you roll them out. Another key problem I see is the Windows search, the SuperFetch file system, and also the telemetry. Let me just show you three simple services here that cause problems with 100% high disk usage. And we'll go inside here and take a look at these. Now, these are for the extremists. So you're looking for this sysmain here. This is the Windows SuperFetch. Now, some people have major problems with Windows SuperFetch and it causes 100% disk usage. If that is the case, you can disable this startup type and stop the service and basically apply an OK. I've seen people complain about this mainly on mechanical drives. So if that is the case, you can disable that feature. SSD, I don't seem to have any issues with it. But if you're on a mechanical drive, that is the one you might want to disable. Another one I've seen people complain about is the connected user experience and telemetry properties here. You can then go in here, disable the startup type and stop the service. Click apply and OK. That is another common key problem for 100% disk usage for some people. Another area inside here is the Windows search. Now, if you don't use Windows search and you've got an SSD and you find it's fast enough, then some people turn off Windows search. I know Windows search causes a lot of problems for some people. And if you want to turn it off, you can just stop the service like this and put it to disabled. And that is that. Those are the three common areas that are causing 100% disk usage inside Windows. And you can disable them just like that and stop those services from running. So as you can see, 100% disk usage can be many different things. And that's why you need to watch the whole video and try all of these things to make sure that you resolve your problem. If you've tried all of these things and you've still got issues, then maybe try a fresh install of Windows and hopefully that resolves your problem. If that doesn't, then maybe you've got some sort of hardware issue that you've missed or that you've skipped. Anyway, I think that's going to be about it for this video. Sorry for the long video, but it had to be done. There's quite a few people out there that requested this and I needed to get it done and dusted. Anyway, my name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Big shout out to all my YouTube members who have joined my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support. And I shall see you again for another video real soon. Have a lovely weekend and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye for now.